and it just feels like I'm coming back to life, and I love it. The naked cover, I'm obsessed. It's so good. So today I've decided that I'm gonna sit out in the sunshine and I'm going to journal a little bit. It took a laughable amount of tiny inconveniences to be able to get to where I am right now, but I'm here and that's what matters. It's a beautiful day. I've got incense burning to keep away the mosquitoes. Got an iced coffee, we've got Jack Johnson radio playing, and I'm fresh out of the shower, just letting my hair air dry and enjoying the sunshine. Kids are playing out in the yard, having a good time. They're actually getting along, like fingers crossed I didn't just jinx that, but it's good right now. Everything's good, everything's okay, I'm okay. So I'm journaling. I'm trying to make this like a daily habit thing, the 3 morning pages a day. Even if I can't get to it in the morning, I just want to be able to do 3 pages a day. So that's what I am trying to instill in myself. I am also sick. I caught something, I don't know exactly what it is, but it's having a really hard time working its way through my body. It just feels like it's really trapped in here, so I'm hoping some of the sunshine will help make that go away. You can kind of hear it in my voice. But yeah, that's what we're doing. Don't mind my kids' mud. The other thing that I was gonna say is I finally have some motivation to read, which is crazy because I've only read, I think, like I've only finished 1 book this year. I've started many, but I've only finished 1 book. So I finally have the urge to read. The book that I'm reading is Married to the Alien Cowboy by Ursa Dax. I literally just started it. I'm like 2 pages in. Spicy Cats, you're on booktube, recommended it and just like raves about it. So thank you so much for that recommendation, because that has been like the only thing that I have had an inkling, an itch, just any sort of minuscule of a desire to read. So I'm hoping this will kickstart that reading. You can hear my kids arguing. Buddy, that one's too high for you. Go on the low one. No, that's too high for you, Enzo. Yeah, so that's what I'm going to be reading once I'm done doing my journaling pages, and yeah, I'll give you an update whenever I have one. So my public library is having a book sale today. So I have come in to see what they have. They open, I'm literally here first day, right as they open. They've got 15 minutes till they open the doors. I missed the one last year. And so I'm like, I cannot miss this one. I need to see what the options are. I figured while we waited, I would chat a little bit, and I would also give you a what's in my bag tour, right? Should I do that? I just thought about it. I'm like, I don't know if I want to do this now in this vlog, or if I just want to dedicate this as like its own separate video. I don't know. Maybe that'll be its own video. Not to like edge you. My bad. Oh my gosh. I am back. I would not have been able to film in there because it's such a small space that like you're literally bumping shoulders with every single person in there, because it's just held in the library's basement. However, I'm sweating. I'm like, I did not put on nearly enough deodorant for this. I need to turn this on. I'm so sorry. Let me just cool for a second.
Good morning.
Oh, fuck. Get the fuck out of here. That was a stink bug. Let me show you what I got. It's quite a selection of things here, and I'm actually really happy with, I'm happy with everything that I got, but like I'm very happy with some of the things that I got. So starting off, we got this copy of Howl's Moving Castle. It's so old, and like the creatures on it are horrifying, and I low-key kind of love that. I just thought that was cool. I picked up a few magazines. They're Cosmic Horror Monthly. I know nothing about them except for that they have really cool art on the front, and they're collections of short stories by different sci-fi horror authors, and so I thought that would be really cool to read. So I got 3 copies of that. I just like looked at the ones that were the most intriguing to me, but they're just like really weird, really horrific looking creatures. I got a few books for my kids because they will want books. And then I found this, which I'm so thrilled. It's the Witches and It's the Witches and Witchcraft, 2nd edition of Rosemary Ellen Gilly. And this was actually a book that I had on my Amazon list. Cool. And then I also picked up, it's called The Druids, and it talks about the Celts and Babylon, Egyptians and Eskimos, and Mycenaeans in pre-Christian Ireland. I thought that would be really cool read. Thrilled with this find because it was only like $2. The Ballad of Songbirds and Snakes. I have not read the newer Hunger Games books, so really thrilled, especially with the new one that just came out. I've had this on my list and I've wanted it for so long. It's the Emotion Thesaurus. I saw this and I was like, and I grabbed it because I've been wanting this. I recommend it to friends and stuff who are also writers, but I don't actually have it myself, so so happy about that. And then I did get this book, The Tulip by Anna Parvod. The story of a flower that has made men mad. I like that. But I thought that this would be really cool for journaling and for my ring binders and stuff, because it has a lot of different art and different flowers and stuff. I thought would be really nice to cut out. Lastly, but certainly not least, for some of you, I'm not a huge comic fan, but neither is my husband really. But his birthday is coming up and we are gonna do something Batman themed for him because he really likes Batman. So I did find these comics. This one's for me because I just think that looks really sick. It's like Venom and Batman together. How sick is that? He has these really big shelves in his office that he's able to put stuff on. So I thought that these would look really cool up on his shelves. I got him a Robin, Superman, Catwoman, and Batman that are all from Night Terrors. I'm very happy with what I got, so we're gonna go home and probably write a little bit. See? I styled my hair. Sorry if the fan is annoying. It annoys me as well. Actually, I've kind of grown quite used to it, but every time I'm editing a video, it annoys me. So I am so sorry, but it is hot as shit. So I have to have it going. This is the hair. I don't know if you can tell a huge difference. I certainly can. It's added back like a lot of warmth into my profile, I guess, and it makes me really happy. I don't have a particular method of which I do the bleach. Over the summer, I'm sure it will lighten some more, but I'm just really happy to be back warm, a little bit lighter. I like to think that I'm a darker hair girly, and I just happen to be like this warmer toned kind of person, and I just gotta accept it. So, but I'm happy. It's giving summer, it's giving spring, and it just feels like I'm coming back to life, and I love it. That's where I'm at, happy with it. I read like another chapter of the book. So far, I haven't even met the FMC yet. So I'm not ready for an update on that. However, I did want to show you this shelf that I brought into my office. Well, it's not a new shelf. It's a shelf that I've had for like 7 years or something, like, no, more. I've had this for like almost 10 years, this shelf. And I had it before I had kids, and then I had kids, and it became their toy shelf with all of the little bins and stuff inside of it. And they had it in their room, and they like completely destroyed their little fabric bins, so they couldn't even put toys in it. And then they have like a Barbie house in there, and a toy chest, and their 2 beds, and a play kitchen. And so their room was just getting really cluttered, and they didn't use it. So I'm like, you know what, I'll take it. I'll take it back. I'm gonna take my shelf back, and it has become my contemporary romance shelf. So let me give you a little tour. It's not really full. I really don't have as much contemporary romance as I thought I did, but I'm eager to see how it grows, or how I change things. So I used to have this shelf right here, which I'm still gonna keep because I love the way that my amp looks on it. So I might just put like a plant there. I might move that plant over there so it's closer to the window. I don't know yet. But here she is. It's just one of those 3x3s, little cube shelves. However, my kids broke the middle panel on this shelf here, so it's a little bit bigger on that side. And then I also added this little wood piece up here to just give it a little bit more decoration. And also I have all the planties up here. They're doing really well. I have some new growth on this one and this one here. Here we have the Elsie Silver shelf and the Lila Sage section. This is my little bedazzled book that Liz and Liz Get Literary gave me for my birthday. So I've got all 3. I'm going to need to get Wild and Wrangled to complete that. And then down here we have some more cowboy romances. We've got some Julianne, some Devney Perry, and then so because this one is Coach, kind of went into sports, which is Rival Darling by Alexandra Moody. I haven't read it yet. Then we've got Julie Soto, Not Another Love Song, Dungeons and Drama. A lot of these I need like the rest of the series. Morbidly Yours, which I really liked this one. And then we have a couple of Book of the Months, which is Before I Let Go by Kennedy Ryan and First Time Caller, B.K. Borison, and then Love Light Farms by B.K. Borison. And then as we go on, we have Abby Jimenez. I need to get Part of Your World, which is the first one in this. And then I have Christina Lauren. I found this book at the Dollar Tree, and I'm like, I really enjoyed the writing of Christina Lauren's Love and Other Words, but I just didn't like the ending, so maybe I'll really like this one. Ali Hazelwood, one of my favorite contemporary romance authors. I have The Love Hypothesis, Not in Love, This Needs to Be Switched, Love Hypothesis, Love Theoretically, Not in Love, Bride, Deep End. And then this was another one I found at the Dollar Tree, which is Some of It Was Real. Has really good reviews on Goodreads, so I'm excited to get into that. The Nanny by Lana Ferguson. Read The Fake Mate by her, but I'm not too sure how much I'm going to love this one. We'll see. And then we have A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. This is like my charging station and my watering can. So like my camera batteries, and then my 3DS down here is where those just charge. I'd like to get like a little slot thingy, which might be better situated, but it is what it is. And then over here I have some Ellen Hildebrand books. Here's to Us, Troubles in Paradise, Winter in Paradise, Summer of '69, The Rumor. I don't know which order any of these go in. And then I also have The Pumpkin Cafe by Lori Gilmore and The Cinnamon Bun Bookstore by Lori Gilmore. I know she just came out with a new one, like the Strawberry Patch Cafe, or no, not cafe, something, the Strawberry Patch Truck. I don't remember what it's called, but no, she just came out with a new one. All the contemporary romance that I have physically, I really thought that I had more, but I guess I don't. Everything up on these shelves, from there, all of them except for this bottom shelf right here are all some sort of fantasy or fantasy romance or monster smut. I wanted to put my Ice Planet Barbarians on this side because, I mean, it technically is contemporary, isn't it? Because it is modern time. But I also wanted to put it with like my Neon Gods, Promises and Pomegranates, because it is fantasy-esque, you know? So I didn't know which side to put that on, but I love that since they're so colorful, they would look really good with all of these colorful books. So I don't know. Let me know, should I put Ice Planet Barbarians on my contemporary romance shelf or with the fantasy romance shelf? Let me know. Things. And then up here, I've got a bunch of ones that I have recently gotten, or I just didn't really have a place for them on the rest of my shelf. So I don't know if I ever showed you guys. Let me show you what I've gotten recently. I think this is the most recent ones. So this one I have been seeing, I think Cups and Thoughts read it, and I loved the way that they annotated it. Eager to get into it. I've heard such spectacular things. Is Shadow of the Wind. The Shadow of the Wind by Carlos Ruiz Zafón. I got this for free too. I went to one of like our local thrift stores, and that was the only thing that I saw in there. And I went up to the register and I was like, oh, she's like, that's all you want? I said, yeah, for now that's all I want. And she said, well, it's free, so have a good day. So I guess all the books that are in there are free, which is really cool. At a different thrift store, I found Sundial by Katrina Ward, and I think it was Wicked Reading actually picked this up and said that it was good. It's kind of like a body horror, I don't know a ton, like a body horror mystery kind of thing about a mother and a daughter. And then Kristen Hanna has been having a big moment for like the last 6 months, I feel like. Kristen Hanna has always been kind of big, but as for like book talk and booktube and stuff, she's been kind of making her rounds around. And I remember last year, before she started popping off again, I found a copy of The Nightingale, and I was looking at like Goodreads reviews, and I was like, well, it doesn't seem like it's very popular nowadays, so I'm just gonna leave it. And then she exploded, and everybody's like, The Nightingale, and I'm like, oh my god, I totally should have picked that up. That's on me. But then I found another copy, so I am happy about that, and it is the copy that I really like. I think this one's actually in better condition than the other one, so I really, really love this edition. I'm not a huge hardback girly, but this one in particular just looks very nice. I also have been having such like a huge Epic, the musical, obsession. It has been my entire life, just consuming. It's my whole personality at this point. I hold my husband hostage in the car while I listen to that musical on repeat every single time we get in the car, so much so to the fact that my kids even know the lyrics to it, and we all sing it, and he's just kind of like, we will Stockholm syndrome him into loving Epic the musical. Anyways, I got the Odyssey. I've been on the hunt for this for a little while now, And so specifically it's been the Robert Fagel's edition that I've been looking for. So I found that and I'm really excited. This isn't like something that I want to rush through. This is something that I want to take my time, maybe read a few excerpts a day and really annotate them and think on them. So I think that'll be really fun. I know that Epic the musical doesn't really follow the Odyssey to a T, so it'll be interesting to see the sort of differences that Jay took into his creative initiative. This is Nightweaver by R.M. Gray. And can we just take a moment for the edges and the end papers on the inside and the naked cover? I'm obsessed. Pirates, incredible. And the story itself sounds really intriguing, so I'm very excited to get into this one. It seems like it'll be a really short, fast-paced, engaging read, so very excited. I think she's already by like within like the first week of publishing, I think she became a New York Times bestseller, so congratulations R.M. Gray on that, because that is a feat. It's got to do, I think, with like death and pirates and magic and stuff, so that's kind of like my thing. Oh yeah, and then Rival Darling was the other one, which I know absolutely nothing about, but it is a sports hockey romance. And I never went through my hockey romance phase, so I still would like to dive into that. Oh, I also did get Darkest Part of the Forest, which is the second book from The Coldest Girl in Cold Town by Holly Black. And I think this is in the same world as The Folk of the Air, but it's in the human world, so I could be wrong, but I think it is.
Now let's get some dry sand. Here we go. Whoa, this dry sand? Yeah. See how dry it is? This is wet sand.
You smell that?
Yeah, it's kind of like mud.
That's a circa 2025 Welch's grape juice. It may look really cute, but I sound like I have the plague, so there's that. Good morning. As you can tell, I may have pushed it a little bit too much yesterday, and so now I've completely lost my voice. I guess not completely, because obviously it's still there. I'm exaggerating. What I ended up doing yesterday was my husband got home and I made lunch, and then we went to go and clean out our garage, and it has been our dumping ground for like the last 3 years. I've tried to clean it out before, got it done really well, and then I don't know what happened. It just looks like a tornado went through there. Our burn barrel has like been out of commission for quite some time, so we haven't been able to like burn all of our boxes. And so I finally got out there and was trying to get rid of some stuff. And we've got all of my kids' toys from since they were born, and every holiday, every birthday, every little tiny occasion, or even no occasion at all, my kids just get toys and toys and toys from all of these people who love them so much, which is so nice, but they grow out of them and that stuff accumulates, and then it's really hard to get rid of them, both like on the kids' end and then just trying to like let that stuff go. And so I've been trying to like get rid of that stuff so much. And so I took on this really big task trying to get all of that situated. Not all of it, I got a good portion of it. My kids, I pulled all of their toys out that were in the garage, and I told them, listen, this is a little bit too much. Let's get rid of some of this. Let's donate this to some kids who don't really have toys. Let's, you know, throw away things that are broken, that we can't fix. And so I took them out there, and they had, gosh, at least like 10 storage bins full of toys. And so they got rid of a good portion, and I'm actually really proud of them because it's a huge thing that, like, it's something that we've had like a lot of tantrums with and a lot of pushbacks. And yesterday they did it no problem, with no tears, and I'm so proud of them for that. And then we also got rid of like a bunch of trash and, you know, a bunch of old clothes. Like, it got to the point where if like I had old clothes or old things that we didn't need anymore that I needed to donate, I didn't have space in the back of my car, so I just throw it in the garage, and then it would just get like lost in the sea of cardboard. And so I found some old bags of clothes, which works out because now I have some like old Enzo's old clothes that I can pass down to my sister because she's expecting sorry, I'm talking so quiet, but you hear why. And so I just got like really into it, and I was not expecting to do that task yesterday. It was just kind of like a spur of the moment thing, and I definitely, with all the dust in there, and then as well as with being sick, it just was not like a good combination. But I do feel really just like relieved to get that off of my chest a little bit. It's nowhere near done. I just really just made a dent in the pile, I feel like. But it is definitely something that I feel a little bit better about. I found like my old sun chair, what is that called? My Papa sun chair, which I love so much, but it was like on its last leg and on the verge of breaking. And in my house with like these 3 kids who just love to pile drive into the chair, and then also me being like a bigger girl, I ended up giving it to my brother because he really wanted one, and so gave that to him. I'm glad I could find all the pieces for it because I thought with it being broken that we had gotten rid of some of the pieces. I ended up finding this is like a whole thing, so I'm really glad that I could do something to make him happy. So that like took all of my day yesterday. I didn't get to focus on any of the inside house cleaning chores or anything. And so now the kitchen is in disarray again because we neglected the dishes for one day. I've gotten a little bit further into Married to the Alien Cowboy by Ursa Dax. So far, I really like the writing style. It's really jiving with me. I haven't gotten very far into it. She hasn't met Sylar yet. So it's Cherry and Sylar. Cherry, she has some issues with some loan sharks, so she has like some debt that she's acquired, and they're basically like out for her life now because she hit one upside the face with a frying pan. I mean, Rapunzel. So she needs to get off of the planet that she's on, and so she enters herself into this program, and then she's got 2 weeks until she was like actually supposed to initiate on the program, but the loan sharks have found out where she is, and so she's just trying to get off the planet now at this point. So she finds a Zabrian, I think it's how you pronounce it, Zabrian, trader ship, and she's like, please, like, I'm a part of this program, I just want to come early, I'm so excited to meet my husband, can I just come? And so they're like, okay, yeah, sure. And so now she's going to the planet, and I'm so excited to see this interaction. It's just gonna make it's making me all giddy inside. I'm so excited for it. So I would go into more detail, but I've got 2% left on my camera, so I just wanted to sit down, have a little bit of chat, and kind of give you an update after I left you off yesterday. So I will charge up my camera a little bit and come back to you guys here in a bit. These are the journals that are gonna go in my larger trifold traveler's journal thing. But I have to go to the store and get smaller eyelets because I've got a 1/4-inch eyelets right now, and they're huge. They're big little eyelets. They're big eyelets, and so I don't want the holes on the side of the journal to be that large. I wanted to show you what I did in order to customize one of these. So these are just little $1 notebooks from Walmart, and they have lines in them, and so I've been using these for notes on editing my book and then also for journaling. So right now I just have 3. I have one for Divine Tides, which I haven't announced it. I guess I was gonna do like a full video, but I'm writing a book, so I'll have a whole video on that if that's something that you're interested in hearing about. But I would like to do that whenever, you know, I don't sound like this. This is like editing and promo stuff and like anything possibly related to the first book. And then the second one is anything possibly related to or ideas going in with the second book. So those two kind of like go hand in hand together. And then this is the book that you all saw me writing in yesterday, and I just put some sticky contact paper on it from the Dollar Tree, and I love it. Look at it. It's so pretty. And so I've got these three journals that I've just been waiting to put in my system, but I haven't had the eyelets. That's the only reason. And it's such a drive to go over to the store that I need to get them from. I'm just gonna read a little bit more of Married to the Alien Cowboy. I did some dishes. I made some salsa verde for flautas tonight. So I'm gonna treat myself with a little bit of a reading session, probably like 20 or 30 minutes is what I can get done right now, because my youngest has gymnastics pretty soon. I will not be taking her today. I usually do, but I will not be taking her today because I'm sick. I'm gonna read a little bit so I can giggle and kick my feet. So, okay. I was gonna show you my outfit today though because I feel really cute. Oh, your outfit's really cute too. Yeah, you've got a dinosaur on. And I have like this sweater combo with a little dress. It's a dress. But I'm wearing it for like skirt reasons with the sweater. It's really hot outside, but like our house has kept the temperature pretty low, so I feel super duper cute and cozy. And yeah, no shoes right now. I just rock in the Crocs like 24/7. So yeah, let's go ahead and go and read. I'm probably just gonna go lie down in bed for a little bit. Have laundry. It's all clean. It's just stuff I took out of the dryer. I'll do it in a bit. Hi. So, I wasn't expecting you to be so close or so far away. You know what? It's fine. I finished reading Married to the Cowboy Alien, Married to the Alien Cowboy. I can't remember which word order that goes in. Oh my god. I loved it so much. And it definitely did exactly what I needed it to do. was pulling me out of my reading slump. So now I have this excited energy to go forth and read some more. Honestly, I want to read the second book in the series. I just want to go straight into it. They're so short and sweet and simple. I did read it on Kindle, but by golly, I want a physical copy so bad now. It's so good. I don't have it on my Kindle anymore. I returned it, and then I'm gonna get the second one. Oh my gosh, Sylar and Cherry are just two big dummies who love each other very much and want to be with each other very much, but just like have this, it's miscommunication, I guess, because of one little incident in the beginning. And typically, I'm not a big fan of miscommunication tropes, but this one did not bother me at all. I guess, like, the reason why I don't think it bothers me so much is because since they speak two different languages from two different planets, like two completely different cultures, I understand why there's a bit of miscommunication. And it is, like, I find it kind of cute sometimes that they try really hard to learn each other's cultures or learn each other's ways of life in a very respectful way. And so, like, they're trying, and there's two vastly different types of people that are trying to, you know, be together. And I can understand miscommunication on that part. Even though the miscommunication was, like, he misheard the second half of something that she said. And so he thinks that, you know, there's something wrong with him and that she doesn't want to be with him because of the way he looks or something. And she thinks the same thing because he just doesn't really communicate all that well. But I just think it was really well done. I loved it so much. I think the last thing I told you was that she's trying to get away from these loan sharks. And so she joins this bride program, and she goes like 2 weeks before everybody else because she sees a trader ship that she wants to go on and just, like, go ahead and get there because the loan sharks found out where she was, and so she was trying to get off the planet before they could get to her. So she goes there and she meets Sylar, and they get married like within an hour of meeting each other, and, like, he doesn't know what a kiss is and stuff. And, like, I don't like to compare books often, but I can understand comparing the way, like, the books gave me and feeling wise. I love Ice Planet Barbarians. I've only read, I think, like 4 of them, but I just love them so much, and this definitely gives me the Ice Planet Barbarian feelings. It, like, everything that I felt and experiencing with Ice Planet Barbarians, I'm experiencing once again renewed, and I love it so much. They're just so dang cute together, and I'm so excited to read Fallon's story because Fallon is like a big old golden retriever, a puppy dog. Like, he's gonna be so fun. All he wants is a wife, and all he's longed for is a wife, and he just wants to treat her so good. So I'm so thrilled to read the second one. Sylar was very quiet, very standoffish, but not in, like, a brute kind of way, more so just he's reserved. If he doesn't have anything to say, he's not going to say it, and what he does say, he means, and it is very true. He's not the kind of man that's going to say something he doesn't mean, and he's very protective, but not in an overbearing sort of sense. So just checking all the green boxes, and it's great. I love it. So basically, like, the whole concept of this series is that it's the cowboy, what is it? I don't have my phone on me. Cowboy Colony series. And so there's this planet called Zabrian. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. And it is a small colony. I think it's like 5 ranchers, where they were exiled on this planet to be ranchers of it's not Shouldu. I can't Bullrock, I think it's like cattle, essentially. And so they raise these cattle as ranchers, and then they sell it to the empire, the Zabrian Empire, and it's delicacy sort of meat. They don't get it very often, and so they're convicts. I should have started off with that. The ranchers are convicts. They've been exiled to that planet as punishment, and they have no contact with they're, aside from the warden 10, they have no contact with the Empire or anything, and ever since they were young boys. It's, I hope I explained that correctly in a good way, but it is just so fun, so short, so sweet. I had such a good time. Had me kicking, gave me butterflies. It's been such a long time since I've had butterflies, proper butterflies that have got like your stomach tightening and like it was nice. I'm probably, honestly, I might start the second one tonight because that's just what I'm in the mood for. And then the other thing that I kind of read over the course of like the last 2 days, was the entire first season of this manhwa called Turning the Mad Dog into a Genteel Lord. It's so good. Essentially, the concept of that one is there is this woman, she is a priestess. Her name is... I don't remember her name. Hold on, let me think about it. Give me a second. I know the guy's name because it's so incredibly similar to my MMC's name in my book. Oh God, what is her name? I see her face. She's a priestess. Oh, it's gonna bother me. Oh, I'm terrible. I don't remember. I just binged 50 freaking chapters of this, and I can't even remember her name. Shame, shame, shame. But the MMC's name is Saris, which is really similar to Varys, which I thought was really funny. But essentially, in this one, she is a priestess. The FMC is a priestess. She is sent to this estate where her task is to turn this ex-Mad Dog Battalion sort of man. Essentially, he was trained from a super, super young age. He had spells put on him. He was manipulated and tortured and all of these horrible, heinous things ever since he was a young boy. And now they want to turn him... they used him as like a winter soldier, essentially, is what they've done to him. And he's completely traumatized and is super oversensitized to smells and sights and just oversensitized senses. So he can hear... I think there's like one part in the chapter where she's like, oh, there's a fly in here. He goes, actually, there's 3. She goes, oh, I don't see the other 2. He goes, yeah, there's one in here, one in like the blue room, which is in the corner of the palace, and then one in the yellow room, which is on the other side of the palace. And he can hear all of those. So he has super, super sensitive hearing. And like the one thing... Okay, never mind. Hold on, let me continue. Her task is to basically get him to be civilized and not oversensitive to things and reactive. And the one thing that calms him down is her heartbeat, which is so stinking cute. So whenever he gets really overwhelmed, all he wants to do is just hug her and listen to her heartbeat because it makes him feel calm. And so we get to put through like all these precarious situations and new people introduced, and it's just so funny because he goes from like this rabid mad dog ready to rip anybody's throats out to this super sweet like puppy energy, and he's like this really dark, tall, brooding, menacing looking man to this little puppy dog that like just wants to lay his head in her lap and just like cuddle on her, and she is like his source of peace, and it's just the sweetest thing. And it's so cute, and the comedy in it is so funny. But there's a lot of things he doesn't understand. He doesn't know what love is. He doesn't know what like a kiss is. He doesn't know what a hug is or what sweets are. He's basically never had anything good happen to him ever in his life. He doesn't even know what the meaning of happiness is. He doesn't know what a smile is or a laugh. And so he's getting to experience all of like these really nice things. He's figuring out things that he does and does not like. It's such a good time, such a good time. I've really enjoyed it. 10 out of 10 recommend. I am probably going to leave this vlog off here and start a new one, just to kind of get things fresh and going. And yeah, so I hope that you enjoyed this. I just wanted to give you kind of like a little update as to what I've been reading and finished it. And yeah, so I am gonna go. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and we'll talk really soon. Stay excellent. Bye.